Minecraft's hardcore mode introduces one absolute rule: permadeath. If your character dies even once, the game permanently deletes your world and everything built inside it. That single mechanic assigns a massive psychological weight to the experience. Every block placed is inherently fragile, constantly shadowed by the threat of total loss. In the first 20 minutes, the equivalent of day one, the player is completely reactive. It is a frantic scramble to find basic food, craft crude iron tools, and dodge the environment just to survive the night. But by day 100, those survival instincts evolve. Players begin constructing simple cobblestone generators and automatic smelters, ensuring they never have to manually swing a pickaxe again. Throughout this baseline stage, the player's entire motivation is defensive. They're fighting back against the environment's programmed mechanics simply to stay alive. Environmental threat drops to zero, while the world's value scales exponentially. How does a brain adapt then current death remains? Notice this intersection at the 1,000-day threshold, the zone of obsession. Here, players shift from fearing the environment to actively subjugating it. They stop running from hostile monsters and start capturing them. Players track down, cage, and categorize every single dangerous creature, building massive automated zoos. At 1,000 days, the simulation becomes a sandbox. The player has successfully pushed the environment into the background, clearing the way for projects that have nothing to do with staying alive. Between 10 and 20,000 days, players stop caring about in-game objectives entirely. The world transitions into a limitless art studio. One creator dedicated 500 hours to designing and farming materials for a massive replica of a Death Star. They placed millions of blocks perfectly by hand, high above the ground, without taking a single fatal point of damage. This diagram compares a standard player's visual rendering radius to the mathematically exact orbital distances of planets. To build a 1-to-1 scale model of our solar system, these creators abandon standard game logic and rely purely on mathematical architecture. They even construct simulations of an interstellar black hole, suspended deep within the game's darkest and most dangerous dimension. 20,000 days of survival provides the resources to treat the game's deepest dimensions like a blueprint, using physics-defying builds to recreate planetary systems and stellar phenomena block by block. Then there is the absolute extreme, a single save file maintained without a single death for 50,000 in-game days. That equals 6 continuous real-world years inside the same simulation. The scale of infrastructure reaches the level of a fully functional, multi-dimensional theme park. Players construct automated minecart roller coasters that travel through underwater tunnels and massive haunted houses. This flowchart demonstrates extreme industrialization in action. Minecarts capture high-tier boss enemies, funnel them into a centralized kill chamber, and output an exponential yield of the game's rarest materials. This specific system generates 3,000 rare boss items every single hour. It strips away all the intended friction designed by the game's creators. This level of automation makes the economy irrelevant. 50,000 days into a single save file, the mechanical obstacles designed to kill the player have become the gears of a massive, self-sustaining factory. Total mastery over a sandbox world creates a vacuum. When death is no longer a threat, players often go to extreme lengths to reintroduce the very danger they spent years trying to avoid. Enter the Warden Keep. It's a custom arena where the player intentionally traps the game's deadliest monster. He actively jousts with the beast, risking his 6-year-old world just to earn the right to hold protective items. These rituals turn the risk of permadeath into a curated experience. By inviting the game's deadliest mob into their home, the player forces their 6-year-old world back onto the knife's edge. When offered $1 million real-world dollars to intentionally die and delete the file, the creator refused. To delete the world would be to betray the community, the viewers, and the shared history built around this specific digital space. The compounding value of 50,000 days turns a fragile save file into a record of thousands of hours of focus. It proves that within a survival simulation, the most enduring thing a player builds is a legacy they refuse